Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, the movie review and talk show podcast that comes your way every Saturday, whether you're ready for it or not. And these are the people who are bringing it to you, the internet radio superstars.
Sean.
Holly. Michaela.
And I'm Colin, and tonight we watched a movie that was chosen by...
Colin, is your first name that one of the letters in this? What do we watch tonight?
We watched the deathless classic, C.H.U.D.
The deathless.
Well, how
Deathless
come we haven't
classic.
done C.H.U.D before now?
I don't know. Well, Holly explained it pretty well earlier.
Yeah, my theory, and I think this goes for all of us because it's been on my list for the entire time I've been on the Freak Show.
Yep.
And every time I've gone to pick it, like planned for it to be my next pick, someone else picked something similar in like the weeks before.
Yeah.
So I think that's my thing, and I think that goes for all of us maybe.
Yeah,
I think so.
I know it's been on my list forever. Well, I guess we'll get to that
From
in
the
the wrap
year.
up. So, 1984.
1984, good year.
Colin was just a 10-year-old boy when he saw the ads for C.H.U.D on TV, and he was like, I want to see that movie. And it was several years before it showed up on home video. I mean, I remember driving past the theater with the marquee that said C.H.U.D. I remember when it came out because that poster of the monster pulling the manhole cover up on the streets of New York
That's a
was
good
like
poster.
so iconic for that era. It looked like the greatest movie ever made.
It's a great poster.
When it said, did it always have the definition of
Yep.
C.H.U.D below it and within the posters and all this? Okay.
Yep.
So even then, you're just like, all right, what's C.H.U.D? And then you see that, you're like, ooh.
They're like, let's make sure you know what this is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. I think somehow C.H.U.D, it's an acronym, but what does it stand? Like everybody seems to know what it stands for. Like even people who haven't seen this movie.
Hasn't that clip been sampled in songs before? I could have swore I've heard the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers, like that exact clip. I'm going to look it up because I know I've heard that
Probably.
before.
I mean, it's been referenced in everything. It seems like. I'm going back to like The Simpsons, but I mean, it seems like
It's just
everything is.
such a cool word that you're just like, what is a C.H.U.D? Like you think it would, but even if you didn't know about it, it would be explained thoroughly. Just
Yeah.
like, what is C.H.U.D?
And it is. It
C.H.U.D.
turns out there's two meanings to it in this
turns
movie.
out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like this one better.
And it's directed by a guy named Douglas Weeks.
Do we
Douglas-
know his work?
Douglas Cheek. Sorry.
Cheeks, yes, Douglas
Cheek.
Cheeks.
No, I don't know his work. I got to tell you. I think he was did advertising or something like this feature film debut.
Okay.
And he didn't do anything after this?
I am unsure.
Okay.
I will
Like it,
find
yeah.
out.
I mean, but C.H.U.D was one of
I
those
can't even
movies.
click on him in Wikipedia. This guy
Yeah.
has nothing.
I don't think so. He,
Wait, is this his real name?
I think so.
I'm gonna look up.
Is this a real dude?
I believe he is. He's a film director. Well, I don't know. I mean, I heard like this. Some of the story on the making of this movie was basically he was hired, he directed it, somebody else edited it without. This was one of those deals where the producer was actually the person in control of the movie. So director
Love when
never
that
met the
happens.
editor, never met the composer. They were all done under the direction of
Underground.
the producer, which is a guy named Andrew Bonamy, who I confess I have not heard of, but the movie was picked up by New World Pictures, and so they gave it a release. And I mean, I remember it came to town, and since that time, it has since become legendary. And like everybody, it seems like has seen this damn movie, except you guys. But now you've seen this movie
I wouldn't say I don't know that people have seen it. I think they've heard of it.
or
Yeah.
heard of it.
I
Yeah.
think heard of it.
I think
not,
the poster
yeah.
is as far as many people have gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
like
think a lot of our listeners have probably seen
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Douglas Cheek, mostly an editor. He did a lot of Alien Autopsy.
All right.
Wait, what?
Do you not know of Alien Autopsy? You've never heard of this?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that show where
Check it out.
they would like, one of them.
Basically
had-
what it says.
Yeah.
it
we found an
is-
alien. We recovered footage of like the autopsy of aliens. We snuck this out of the government.
Sounds cool. I want to watch
archives.
this.
There's a-
What?
I-
You guys have
No, I don't know.
No.
What it is?
No, it,
It was
sounds
on
awesome.
Fox. That first one was
Yeah.
on Fox. It was like this big deal. They had Stan
Wait.
Winston on there
Okay, that does sound familiar. Like
Yeah.
saying this is real. Basically, this isn't a prop. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. This does.
I
Sound
want to say, what's his Riker from Star Trek was like the host.
Jonathan
of-
Frakes?
I
That
think
was.
so.
Well, he had his own
Beyond-
show.
was that Beyond Belief?
Oh, maybe it was
Factors
Yeah,
Beyond
he had his own show
Yeah,
that was.
that one.
Okay, all right.
This is- yeah.
I've seen Beyond Belief.
Alien Autopsy. It was a
he-
thing in the 90s.
He also edited a lot of documentaries. Outfoxed Rupert Murdoch's War on Journalism. Walmart: The High Cost of Low Price. That was from 2005. I remember that one.
I've heard of the he cut all these.
Yeah. Yep. Washington's General. So he's an editor.
Okay.
So this is his first movie, and then he went back to editing.
I'm
Apparently
guessing
as
he
a-
had no say in the editing of this movie.
Yeah. So Vegetable Soup in 1975. Don't know what that is. C.H.U.D in 1984, and Empires: Peter and Paul and the Christian Revolution.
I
It's a
have not.
PBS video, a
Gotcha.
PBS series.
Interesting.
So,
Well, I
there you
mean,
go. So C.H.U.D was his one and done with.
yeah, hired to do it, and I think the version that New World bought. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit into the weeds here because we watched a 96-minute version of this movie, which is now considered the integral cut.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the movie that was given to New World Pictures was even longer than that, and New World Pictures cut it down to 88 minutes. But even in the version that we're watching, which I think is now considered like, okay, this is the
version.
the version
Yeah.
of C.H.U.D, it still feels choppy
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's very choppy.
to the point where we were not sure of characters' motivations in certain scenes. It seemed like they were coming in on scenes that were unfinished.
Yeah, and it-
abruptly changing from one scene to the
Yeah,
other.
I mean, not that they were actually cut mid-sentence, but it felt like the scene was cut mid-sentence.
Yeah, or something
Yeah.
had happened before we joined
Yeah.
in, or something like that. Yeah. Who's in C.H.U.D? Actually, there's a lot of people in
There's
C.H.U.D.
a lot of
There's a lot of
people.
people.
John
yeah.
Goodman. That's a misdirect. He's in it, but for like 2 seconds.
I was like,
Yeah, but no, I mean it is.
He's in it.
I was
Yeah.
like, I would start with John Hurd, but
Yeah.
sure, John Goodman.
Hurd. Yeah.
Well, wait, we are putting one of the cast members on the Saturday Night Freak Show Wall of Fame. The police captain, if you recognized him, it was actor Eddie Jones, who we have also seen
In A League of Their Own.
but we didn't.
Did we cover it,
but
though?
we didn't do that on this
Yeah.
show.
Yes.
But that's where I know him.
Okay, all right, yeah, because Eddie Jones, he got around. He was in a lot of stuff.
He was in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I can visualize him from The Rocketeer as one of the guys at the diner.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
he was also in Invasion USA.
Of course.
His name was Cassidy, so that means he was with the government probably and
Yeah.
trying to corral
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Did he play the clown in the plane that
Yes.
Cliff has to go up
Yes.
and save? Okay, that's what I thought.
in The Rocketeer.
Yep,
All right, but you said John Hurd is in this movie.
indeed.
Hmm.
John Hurd has one mode, huh? It seems like this is the kind of vibe he has in everything.
Always just playing John Hurd.
Yeah, I think this might just be him. Yeah.
Well, depending on.
He's just kind of dry and sarcastic and a little over it and put upon and
Yeah.
This
him
is
and everything.
like he's a Saturday Night Freak Show Hall of Famer,
He is.
right? Because we were talking, we'd done several of his movies.
Mhm.
Because Cat People, right?
Yeah.
He was in Cat
Mhm.
People. He was in Home Alone,
yes.
which
Yeah.
we did on the show.
Yep.
Yes,
were the
you
other
did.
ones?
Mm-hmm.
Sharknado.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, sure.
the dinner movie one.
Oh,
the dinner party one.
Yep, which I just said and now can't remember.
Yeah,
It started with an E, didn't it?
Not Ready or Not.
Or-
Truth or Dare? Nope.
No.
It was.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Which we did that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not here for that because I
Yeah, it
don't
was a
recall
while
that.
ago.
Was I here for that?
I don't know.
No, I think that was.
Was that like way before me?
Oh, I don't know. Not way before you.
Well, now I gotta
That
look
may
it
have
up.
been a
Yeah, I
friend.
don't. I don't
It had that
remember this
one.
at all.
Was Mark Hamill in that? No. It was,
No, Jeffrey Combs was.
There was a
gonna
couple
laugh-
people
I'm gonna
that I
laugh
remembered.
So hard if I brought it.
Yeah,
Right.
That would be.
I don't think you did.
That'd be on brand for me.
No, it says 2015. It's been a decade since that was on the show.
Yeah, but I was here then.
And
Maybe you did bring it.
no.
Felt like a Jenny.
I think it was
brought
Jenny
it.
brought
It was
it.
a Jenny
Oh,
pick.
Jenny bring.
Okay.
So what? And also in this movie, John Hurd is joined by Daniel Stern,
Yeah.
his
yes.
co-star
Oh, yeah.
from
Co-star.
Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern,
But they never share a scene in Home Alone, so it's like they technically didn't work together.
right? And they barely share any moments in this.
Yeah.
They're like together for the last 10 minutes of the movie or whatever. We've never done. Did we do Leviathan?
No, we still haven't done that.
No?
Okay.
Wow,
No,
that's
we still haven't
crazy.
He's
done
in
it.
Leviathan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about it for years.
Yeah.
And that's an underwater movie.
It
and
is.
2 of the other actors in this movie are in the abyss.
But yes,
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like, what's going on? That was John Bedford Lloyd.
Yeah.
You said is in this, and he was famously in Tough Guys Don't
Tough
Dance.
Guys Don't
Yes.
Dance. We love him in that movie.
Great episode.
He's fantastic. His accent is wonderful.
He's
Mm-hmm.
amazing
Yeah.
and continues to work.
Continues to work.
Yeah.
He continues to make an impression in the movies we watch him in. He ate
Yeah.
money.
He
in
did
this
eat
one,
money.
So gross.
Dirty New York.
Dirty New York nickel.
That went through a payphone
Phone
before he
booth
ate it.
money. Yeah.
Oh, so gross.
And J.C. Quinn was the other one that was in the abyss, and he plays a dogged reporter in this movie named Murphy. He doesn't have any first name. He's just Murphy.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
And who else?
Kim Greist?
Kim Greist. Yeah.
Manhunter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
She's close to the wall.
Well, we've never done Brazil. That would put her on the
she
wall.
the mom
That's
from
the-
Homeward Bound?
She's
Really?
Homeward Bound. Yeah.
Homeward
Yeah.
Bound.
Dude, I
Please
tried to
let
rewatch
Brazil
that like
come
a year
before
ago.
Oh,
Homeward
don't do
Bound.
it.
No,
Don't do it.
You know, there are some movies you can't go back. That is one you cannot go back.
No.
It's just traumatizing as an adult
It
to
is.
watch Homeward
Oh,
Bound.
yeah. No.
Any-
It's
I
all
sobbed the whole
they're
time.
just in peril the whole time.
Any animal movies from our childhood, do not go
Yeah,
back.
just don't.
Don't go back.
Don't.
It's not
Can't do
good.
it.
Nope.
Heavy drama.
Like
All
I
the
remember
kids were
watching.
crying.
I remember watching Milo and Otis a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah,
do
don't.
not
you can't
go back and watch
that.
that.
one. No.
No, especially if you know the behind the
If you
scenes.
know
Yes,
the
yeah.
do not watch
Oh.
it. Horrible,
Oh.
But just
horrible,
animals
horrible.
in peril.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
probably why they don't use real animals in movies anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't make it that far into Homeward Bound either because I forgot when they leave them at the ranch that Shadow doesn't understand what's happening and he has
Oh,
that
God.
monologue. I was like, oh God, if I watch this, I'll never be able to leave my dogs again. Like I gotta turn this off now.
I feel bad
It's
enough
like,
as it is.
I know.
Right.
It's like, and as a kid, I would just like love that shit. Couldn't watch that movie enough. It's like crazy. Crazy what you miss as a kid
What
when
was
you're
wrong
watching
with
movies.
us?
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm like, it's nothing but animals in peril for the whole movie.
Horrible.
Well, everything turned out all right.
No, I'm a mess. I'm a mess of
I
a
mean, for
person.
the
Because of these animal movies from the 90s or what? Was it
Yeah.
90s?
Yeah, they kill the
The
animals
90s
today.
cycle.
Yeah.
They all survived.
Did you ever watch For the Love of Benji?
Mhm.
Don't fucking watch it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, why?
Benji.
But why for a while there was a stretch of like if a movie was about a dog, it was gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why did we do that for so long?
Like the Marley,
Marley and Me, My Dog Skip.
Yeah.
Like those are all just like, and then he dies, and that's how the movie
Yeah,
ends. And
then
it's
the
like,
whole audience is wrecked.
yeah, it's like you made us invest in this dog for the past 2 hours and just to kill it. Like,
Marley- 'cause of
Marley and Me
Bambi.
fucks me up.
Right.
I don't know what started this whole thing,
I don't
but
know why
it's like,
Bambi was a thing either.
yeah,
Why did that
Charlotte's
happen?
Web.
yeah.
Who dies in Charlotte's Web?
Or,
Said
Who
Charlotte.
dies?
Okay,
Charlotte
wait.
dies.
Spoilers.
But she goes
Spoilers.
off into a nice old
Charlotte
age.
dies.
Like, she doesn't get murdered or anything. She just
Yeah.
is like, my time has come. And she crawls off.
That was
I
traumatizing
know
for a
it's
child.
not- okay,
Yeah.
I haven't
She was
watched
his
Charlotte's
best friend.
Yeah. See,
Wilbur's
okay.
best friend. Wilbur would have died if it wasn't for Charlotte.
See, all of our kids' content was truly horrifying.
Holly just half stormed out for a second. Come back, Holly.
It's like you kids today don't even know what you're like.
Seriously, because all the
uplifting
characters
family
are already
films.
dead when
Yeah.
movies start now for kids. It's like they already don't have a parent. Have you ever seen that chart of? I'm sorry, I know we're way off topic. Have you ever seen that chart of all the Disney movies where someone has a dead parent?
Oh,
and it's,
it's
like
unreal.
almost
It's
all of
almost all
them.
of them.
Yeah,
Mhm. And Steven Spielberg movies, right?
Mhm,
There's like,
yep.
Oh, yeah.
they're divorcing or dead or
Uh-huh.
both. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so sorry, you came here to listen to C.H.U.D. That's cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers who are living beneath the streets of New York City.
And this is actually filmed in the streets of New York City, right?
Yes.
Did they go underground? to film
Yeah,
it?
I believe yes.
Ew.
Like-
Well, some of it's sets, obviously, and then there's some,
Well,
I think,
everything
some
looked
real stuff.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, but watching this movie, I'm like, this is 80s New York. Like,
Yeah.
I hope-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But why
Yeah.
does this movie have like a washed out color to it that makes it look even more unappetizing? Everything's
Yeah,
kind of
was it-
pale and
That was
weird.
New York.
Yeah,
On
it's
purpose,
grimy.
or it just, the grime of New York
But
just
I mean,
seeped
just-
in.
John Hurd's skin, he doesn't look the healthiest in this movie.
No,
you
he
know?
really
And I'm
doesn't.
just like, is this
He just
intentional or
looks
not?
like a clammy guy.
Yeah, he does.
Well, it feels like they filmed it like in the heat of summer.
yeah.
Because everybody's sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, there is not a single piece of clothing, a single item, or part of skin that isn't covered in some kind of dirt,
Yeah.
grime, or grease.
Sweats or-
It's like they're rubbing grease on them or something,
Yeah.
and they're always caked and just. This is if you go into the sewers. Yes, I get it. But even when they're in their apartment, like
Yeah.
their shoes are dirty, their clothes are dirty.
Yeah, did you see, there was a scene when John Hurt comes back to the apartment and they're sitting on like the Chase lounge and her feet are up.
Yeah.
Did you see how dirty her socks
Yes.
were?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, she took her shoes off at one point. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap. Yeah.
Like, she was just at home.
Yeah.
And her socks were so dirty.
Oh, God. And
It's
it's
like
just thinking
it's
about
like
that
the-
grosses me out.
Contact with New York
Yeah.
at that era, right? Just kind of gave you.
I think that's it. It was just all that way.
Yeah.
Dirty no matter what you did.
Like living in the Old West.
So I guess
Everything's dirty.
there was apparently a newspaper article that predated this movie that told New Yorkers about the existence of like homeless people were living in the old part of the city. Because, I mean, these are unused, I assume, like old, like
Oh.
old 1700s or something like that built sewer tunnels.
Yeah.
Even before like the
Sewer and
underground
maintenance and all
transportation
that
was
stuff.
put there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it reminds me of like the analog to this is probably Raw Meat or Deathline, the movie, the UK
Right.
version of London, where it's got that same kind of like
Yeah.
underground. Okay, so who are our characters? What do they do? Well, what's our inciting incident for
A
Chud?
woman walking a dog down the middle of the street in New York.
Not a single car or person around, which is this is why I was like, is this really New York?
Yeah.
What
Because
is it,
there's
1 o'clock at night? Or
Yeah, but
what?
this feels.
but
like
there's
the
not even
morning-
cars parked on the street. There's nothing.
Wasn't Ghost in New York? Was that New York?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like it's amazing how that was just New York, and they all feel the same. But yeah, she's walking down that street. A sewer top opens up. A deformed monster hand comes out, grabs her by the ankle, and pulls her down into the sewer
With her dog.
with her dog.
All that's left is a shoe. Cute shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got people going missing in New York. This is a movie that is going to be, I guess the structure, looking at it tonight is kind of unusual, right? It's one of those movies that takes a bunch of different characters who don't know each other and is kind of going to entwine them all by the time you get
Yeah.
to the end of it.
I
So-
will say I was not expecting there to be so much emotional involvement with these characters. Like the writing in this movie, I thought it was going to be like a silly monster movie. I was actually pretty invested in the story with these characters.
Oh yeah, because especially there's one very good scene, sort of midway through the front part of this between John Hurt and Greased. Her
Yeah.
being pregnant and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Kim Grease says she's pregnant, and they have this really long conversation back and forth about like, well, it's your choice, and but if I wanted to, would you want to? And
Yeah.
there's alternatives, and
Yeah, it was like
what
a
do you wanna
really
do? It's like, I'll
open,
support you either way.
It was
What do you
Yeah.
a
want?
really open, honest conversation, and even like her talking about her interaction with her doctor, like all of it was just very honest and open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved that when
Yeah.
he said, "Do you want kids?" and she said, "I don't know. It's a bummer to imagine everything I've ever wanted to do just going up in flames right now."
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes,
I was
please
like,
have this
is
honest
amazing.
conversation."
Yeah.
I
And then
know.
him like being supportive, being like, you don't have to lose every dream. Like
Yeah.
it was just very
Mhm.
like, yeah. It was
Where
very-
did this come from?
Well-
Why is
I was
this in
like,
this
what
movie?
year was
All right,
this?
so here's the thing. Obviously, the guy who wrote the movie
Yeah.
wrote a monster movie. There's some like it's an eco horror movie
Right.
overall, basically, right? We're gonna get some like criticism of toxic waste and the exposure to toxic chemicals,
Yep.
but you've got. Like, I guess the thing that I'm always struck by when you watch this movie is like, I can't believe John Hurt and Daniel Stern are in the movie.
Right.
It's like a cheap monster movie, but these guys are in it. And they had done, like Shakespeare. I mean, there's stage actors, like
Yeah.
actors, right?
Actors. yeah.
And so the rumor goes that they rewrote 50% of the script. These two guys,
did?
that's what it says in some of the materials that I looked up.
Wow.
It was basically one of those things where the actors kind of said, like,
over
we
and
can add more to this, or why don't we do this, and this will be more
Yeah.
interesting.
They are both on a commentary for this movie. So that kind of gives you a feeling like this meant more to them.
It
than
meant
some,
more to them,
than
yeah.
some
They
cheap
took time
monster
to-
movie
yeah.
from the
Well,
80s.
Wow.
it's because they're trying to make it into more than a cheap
Yeah.
monster movie because they're putting their time into it.
Right.
I still, I don't know how they both got roped into doing this. so I suppose,
funny.
but, so let me ask you this then. Knowing where the movie goes, because I think then they were trying to make this more of a character thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the producers want a monster movie. Did the movie go too far in the direction
Yes.
of the character stuff?
Yes.
We like the character stuff, but yes, it did.
We're saying maybe not so much in the individual scenes, which we said we like those. I agree with you. I
more
think
so at the cost of the chud.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
this movie's called Chud.
It
Where are the
feels,
chuds?
Yes.
it feels like two different movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are my chuds at, yo?
Like
there's like this
Yeah.
serious, like it.
first
it has,
half is a drama, second half is a monster movie.
Yeah, because when does the first Chud appearance in this movie? Not until the
like we see
end.
at the very beginning the hand, but
Yeah.
it's a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it's the phone booth attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phone booth attack.
Yeah.
And then we get a little look at them underground as they're just hanging out, worshiping their toxic god. I don't know what they're doing down there. If they had axes and were banging them together, I'd understand.
I think that
Right.
that was the scene where we saw
Jamie Stern
like
gets
all
down there.
the spilled toxic waste
Yeah.
goo. So they're down there like feeding on it, or this is where the chuds are born. This is the hive, where they come from.
The chud hive.
Well, I guess,
chive.
we're saying that by the end of the movie, it seems the structure of the movie forgets what the movie is about.
It certainly feels like it does.
Or the actors co-opted so much of the movie that they steered it into, like, there is a resolution to that storyline.
Right, which but
then it ends.
steered it too far to that, or just like we finished the story. And
Yeah, I mean-
wait, no,
And you're like, wait, well, you haven't dealt with the
Yeah.
issue of the movie.
'Cause there's definitely a commentary on like the homelessness problem in New York and the environmental issues, and like there's these things that it's like, okay, you're bringing up a lot of topics.
Right. Maybe pick
For a
one. Yeah.
monster movie.
Right.
maybe steer a little farther back into
Right.
monster movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I appreciate the awareness. I
Right.
appreciate the dialogue and that they spent time like actually developing these characters and storylines. But yeah, like after a while, you're like, this is a drama.
Yeah. What the
Where's my monster?
I bet if you showed that people that abortion conversation completely out of context of Chud, they would think it was like a soap opera or something.
oh, yeah. You
Right?
think it's
Yeah.
from like
movie
a,
do you
Yeah.
think this is from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was some other stuff too. There's the police captain gets a monologue at one point that I'm sure you could clip out and put it like this is from some thriller
Right.
drama or something
Yeah.
like that.
Which did you know that guy was in Home Alone 3?
Christopher
really?
Curry?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Was he?
He
Oh,
was-
he's
yeah.
the other guy that's in there.
The one with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think she's the fourth one, isn't she?
Oh, maybe.
Because there's like 5.
No, she's the third one.
She's the third one?
Yeah, they go. So it's the first one, New York, and then the third one.
Mhm.
Yeah, the third one's got what's his name, the little kid at home. and-
Yeah.
with the race cars and the computer chips and
Who
the
is she
Russian
in that?
thieves. The main kid's sister?
Oh. Is
Right.
she home alone with him or no?
she
okay.
is. She shows up every now and
Yeah.
again to tease
There's
him
a lot
and
of Home
everything
Alone
goes off.
ties in
Yeah.
this movie.
And
Yeah.
so this
Yeah.
is, well, we should say Christopher Curry we didn't mention, but he is the other, he's
Yeah.
like the third or fourth lead, right? So,
Yeah.
who are these people? What are they up to? And then we'll get to eventually how they all come together. Who are our lead
Yeah.
characters?
John Hurd's a photographer, fashion
Okay.
photographer, who doesn't like photographing fashion. He's
No,
kinda
he
over
doesn't.
it.
He
He's
doesn't like.
jaded.
He does like marketing.
Okay, he doesn't like marketing.
Yeah,
even
he
though
doesn't
it
like
will
marketing photography.
Which, bro, guess
Pay
what?
him.
None of us do, but sometimes you just have to play the part
Yeah.
to get
Yeah,
paid.
go make some money.
Good God. You know
Yeah,
what?
it's- Yeah, I get commissions. I don't want to do them, but I want to do them for money.
Exactly.
Well,
Just-
was it he had been like in that world and then left, right? Didn't they say like he left for a while and then he came back with this like photo essay or photo article
About the homeless people under.
Mhm.
yeah, so he like lost his faith basically, right?
Yeah.
And is like, I need to do something more meaningful. And then,
substantial.
of course, explodes in like an actual fashion shoot, right? And it's
Yeah.
like,
That's the thing,
why are
if
we
he-
doing this? This is meaningless. And I'm like, you're never going to get hired again. So just say
No.
goodbye to paychecks.
And if he feels that way and doesn't want to do it, then fine, but still let your girlfriend go model. That seems to be a
Right.
big part of it too, is he doesn't want her to do it either. And it's like, someone has to make money in this fucking house,
Yeah.
bro. And if you just like have these, theoretical freakouts on these people on a job set, yeah, you're never going to get hired
Yeah.
again. Like, I don't like, he's not wrong about what he was saying,
Right.
but it's like
that's a conversation at home.
exactly,
right.
exactly, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
In front of the
the
people
job
that are
site.
hiring
Right.
you. Yeah, you don't do that.
With his girlfriend, who is the model
Yes.
for all this. She is a model. So he's photographing her.
Yeah, he's being a huge diva.
Yeah.
This is not the time.
And his arc, so he has he started taking photos of street people, and I mean, it's like a human interest thing for him, right? Because at this point, he's not really like he's not writing anything.
Right.
He's
Right.
just taking
He's working
photos.
very close with a poor writer named Derek.
Was Derek the writer?
Yeah, because
Oh,
he was saying
Just
that
like
he's like,
agent.
I can't write anything until I get your photos.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has
Okay,
he
so that was
helped-
going to be a book or something on New York, the street folks.
Right.
Yeah.
And has he helped Murphy out before?
No.
No? So what's Murphy?
No.
Is Murphy following?
So Murphy, not one of the mains, but Murphy is the John Bedford Riley. What was his name? John
Oh,
Bedford,
No, he's the other one.
J.C. Quinn. Sorry,
Yeah, he's
from
the other one.
the other one from The Abyss. That's a photographer. No, he's a reporter.
Yeah.
And
Freelance
he's always
reporter.
sniffing around the police station trying to get like what's going on. You know, he's tenacious, dogged, right? He's going to pursue that story like a dog in a bone. Okay. And so he kind of gets wind that there's something going on. There are homeless people are disappearing. No, wait. So Daniel Stern doesn't know that.
Yeah, he does. Daniel Stern.
Or Daniel Stern does. John
Daniel
Hurd
Stern is the
doesn't
one
know
that.
that.
Yeah, John Hurd doesn't know. Daniel Stern
Yeah.
comes to Bosch, the police detective. He's a
He's
detective.
He's the captain.
yeah.
Captain. Yeah,
Who has been told to ignore.
yeah. He's been told to ignore the missing people reports.
Well.
But Daniel Stern's like, I've got like 12 people that come to my soup kitchen that are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's the
And
reverend.
also his wife is missing.
Right.
Well, no. Oh, Bosch.
Bosch, yeah.
Yeah, which is hidden from us for a
What
while.
the hell is this?
I don't know the motivation for that other than it's a surprise reveal in the movie, right?
That's his wife that got
But-
abducted at the beginning.
A surprise reveal that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah,
like-
no.
It doesn't fucking work. Like if your wife's missing, you don't go to work the next day.
And just have a normal day at work.
Yeah.
Like, check out these missing people. Also, find my wife.
You know who did stuff like that? Scott Peterson, because he killed his wife. Like
Yeah.
that's what you do
Exactly.
if you definitely had a hand in your wife disappearing. But
Yeah.
but that we're not meant to believe that about this guy. Like
I know he works for an organization that's has the resources and the apparatus, and that is part of their mission.
Right.
Why wouldn't you immediately take advantage of that? Maybe. I mean, it's not in the movie, but
No,
it's like,
and it's-
okay, he thinks maybe she ran off and he's trying to keep appearances and
But
he
it's
doesn't
weird
want
that we don't see him find out she's gone.
right.
And I think that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't even know that he knows she's gone. We don't see a moment where he's
Yeah, we
like-
don't know. We don't know because we don't even know they're married.
Right.
We don't know they have any.
Right. We didn't know the
connection.
woman at the beginning. We didn't know that he had a wife until
Right.
he's like, she's gone.
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
we saw a woman get taken into the sewer with no context of who she was.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. And then he says later, and help me find my wife. And put a APB out on Fiona.
Well, yeah, he does
Bosch.
that after he's come to talk
Flora
to
Bosch.
Stern, right? So his thing, we don't know that's his motivation. It seems like he's a cop doing his job, and he is like aware that there are people who are going missing, so he's going to pursue that. That takes him to the soup kitchen, but it turns out that Daniel Stern is like wise to there's something more going on
Yeah.
here, Bosch. It's like, why does a police captain come down and why are you so interested in these
Right.
homeless
I couldn't
people
get a
going
cop down here if the place was on fire, and now you're coming down here 2 days in a row
Yeah.
trying to help me with this. What's going on?
So then there's the startling revelation that my wife is one of the missing. Dun dun dun.
I thought, but when he said that, I thought, like, is he lying to him? He's lying to him just to make him think he had something like more. The why he was so involved in this and everything. I didn't think it was true
Until he
But it
said,
was.
yeah, she was out walking her dog. And we're like, oh, shit, I
Right.
remember in the beginning of this movie, this woman walking her dog got grabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, that is the main cast of characters, right? And what they're doing. Stern is like, he wants to find out what's going on. And he has gone down into the underground.
Yes.
And he has recovered
Yeah.
items. What has he found down there?
A Geiger counter.
And
That's
boots.
unusual.
And
Yeah.
boots.
And,
Also unusual.
Weird space boots.
Yeah, weird space boots.
And then like one of those like radiation trackers that you put on like a radiation suit.
So he's like, there's a conspiracy, a cover up going on here. Clearly, there have been guys going down into the sewers wearing this stuff because they think there's something down there.
Yeah. And he's sort of an activist in and of itself because he's running a soup kitchen where all his people have disappeared. And yeah, he just seems like if he finds a problem that's going on, he's going to be very loud about it.
Yeah. And so he's the one I think who's, well, he's not initially threatening to go to the media. The irony is that the media is following the wrong guy. The reporter, Murphy, is following John Hurd. So what's John Hurd's hook into this?
While he's having his little tantrum at the photo shoot, he gets a phone call. Or he checks his messages or something. Gets a phone call?
He gets a phone call. Yeah,
okay.
Gets a phone call.
And it's a woman who he clearly knows is saying, come get me at the police station. So he goes down there, and it turns out it's a woman who lives underground that he took photos of her and the people that she lived with.
Yeah, so he knows a few of the people there are living underground.
For that project that he was doing.
Yeah. So he bails her out of jail and takes her home.
Right.
So what was her offense? What did she do?
She stole a gun from a cop.
Oh yeah, because they're talking about how homeless people, a lot of the street dwellers have come up looking for weapons to take that down there.
This is unusual. All of a sudden, it's like so something is going on. So Hurd goes with her underground and meets her brother, Victor, and because Victor wants the gun. Why does Victor want the gun?
Victor's seen some shit.
Seen some shit. He's half eaten. He's got a big old chunk taken out of his leg, and he doesn't want that to happen anymore.
Yeah. So what was going on there? Like, I mean, the guy has, he's like in some like deep underground vault.
Yeah. Which is terrifying in and of itself.
It
as we're
really
discussing
is.
while watching the movie.
Yeah.
Just the catacombs and getting lost down there or something.
There's something like that goes against your human instinct about being underground like that. It's just, it's got to be an evolutionary thing to keep us alive. Just be like, stay out of the caves.
Yeah. It's like, we've moved past this. Get out of here.
Like, you need vitamin D.
Right.
We are not meant to live underground.
Well, they don't seem to like coming up too much. But I guess, Victor, he wants a gun to shoot the ugly fuckers.
Yeah.
That come around. They're like, okay. And then he has this like massive wound on his leg. They don't say it's a bite, do they?
They do eventually, yeah.
So we're like, oh man.
When they're in the boardroom and Daniel Stern's freaking out and showing them the pictures, he's like, this is my friend down who's seen some shit. And this is the giant bite taken out of his leg. Yeah.
That's right. They eventually, I think the captain, Walsh, it's Walsh, right? Captain Walsh?
Captain
Yeah.
Bosch, damn it.
Bosch,
and Stern.
Like the show, Bosch.
Yeah.
It's also a cop.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, right. So they try to approach the police captain, the mayor, and the head of the NEC?
NCR?
So this is the atomic, disposal?
Yeah, they supposedly handle toxic waste and all that stuff. And
yeah. So what? So
like
this is the
exact opposit of the EPA.
Okay.
Right.
yeah.
So I guess, and this is also where we're first introduced to the C.H.U.D. So they have a file on C.H.U.D.
They do.
Which is confidential. Well, okay. So Stern, goes off in this meeting. Basically, I have all this information. Clearly, you're doing something. I'm finding all this shit, and you can't tell me that it's not related to the disappearances that are happening.
I'm going to the press.
Yeah. And
because one of the examples of evidence he had was the little girl that saw the monster.
Right.
That scene made me really sad.
So what happened there?
She's going to be mute for the rest
It
of her
was
life.
just a grandpa and his little girl who clearly don't know New York City, and they stop at a phone booth to call his son and be like, hey, we're lost. And as he's on the phone, the little girl sees C.H.U.D crawl out of the sewer and then attack and kill her grandfather in front of her.
Yep.
It's horrible.
Who's also another actor we know.
He was the father-in-law in Father of the Bride.
He was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
As soon as I saw his face, I'm like, I know that guy.
I know I recognized him too, but I can't place it.
Yeah. Yes. The dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
Yeah.
Recoil, repent, release. It's fun.
So there's been at least 2 victims of the CH.U.Ds at this point, right? And the not EPA apparently does have some kind of file.
Yeah.
So they are aware. The guy Wilson.
Bosch?
Nope.
What?
Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Yeah.
Wilson's like the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the one who wants to keep this from the press, keep it. So his logic, right? I'm like, so what have they been doing? Well, there's a reveal of even more later, but what do we hear about like what are the cannibalistic, like they actually call it cannibalistic humanoid underground
Yeah.
dwelling.
But what was the actual acronym?
Later, it's revealed to be contaminated, hazardous urban disposal. Right. That's the big third act twist, right?
So the thing that causes the CH.U.Ds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess, because he says, okay, so I think what's happened there, right? If I got this right, they were somehow trying to move like government toxic waste through Manhattan, and then there was a lawsuit and the EPA shut it down, and so now they can't move it out. So they're like, it's here.
So they just
We
drop
can't
it
get
below.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, like, I can't remember the specifics of it. I know in the news, like, as a real thing, there was something around this idea.
Yeah.
But why the fuck would you try to trade? I mean, obviously, Friday the 13th, part 8. Yeah, made it.
Yeah. That's
But why the
directly-
hell would you bring toxic stuff through a city when you can, like, I mean, we got interstates and shit like that. I'm sure you can get rid of it some other way, but
I mean, I guess it depends on where it is in New York City. It's
yeah,
in the middle of the city. What are you going to do?
we'll
How
just
you
put
gonna
it
get
down
out?
there for now, and then
Yeah.
we'll move it to somewhere we can dispose of
There's
it.
so much space and just nobody would ever find it.
Yeah, but it's radioactive,
Yeah.
and it doesn't appear to be, well,
Well maintained?
well, yeah.
Yeah. Well
Um,
packaged? No, it never is.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of movies where it falls over and
I know.
havoc ensues.
Yeah. And then you get Toxic Avengers.
You get Toxic Avengers, you get zombies, and you get CH.U.Ds.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
You get turtles.
Classes that
Daredevil.
nuke 'em high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one turned out pretty well for him.
Yeah. He got the best of it,
Yeah.
definitely.
What? Toxic Avenger is like a superhero.
Daredevil's
He's also
actually a
fucking-
superhero,
okay,
yeah.
he's a superhero.
Daredevil's just blind. That's the only
Yeah.
thing he has going
Yeah.
against him.
Toxie's got a.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toxie's like
Igor?
Igor.
Oh, yeah. They
Sorry.
were roommates once. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's okay, so
Yeah. So a lot of stuff starts kind of happening.
yeah, because we have
But
to try
also
and-
not a lot
But
of
also
stuff.
not a lot. It just happens that maybe
It
it's
just
not
moves
a lot.
slowly.
It's just that there's so many different characters that we follow because we're following Greased. We're following John Hurd. We're following.
Well, for a while we're following John Hurd, and then we don't see him for an hour.
Right. That's
You
what makes
know?
it hard.
Yeah,
to be like,
yeah.
what was
Yeah.
he doing for the last half hour that we didn't see him? And so we're following so many different characters doing different things who will eventually meet, but it's kind of hard to keep.
Well, maybe if you follow each character, then pick one. And so what happens? with
Okay.
what's that guy doing?
John Hurd.
Okay.
Okay. So pregnant, and then people underground. He goes and sees the bite, bandages him up, comes back. That's when he learns she's pregnant. Then what's next for John
So
Hurd?
he finds out that his pictures have been stolen,
Right.
and he thinks it's the reporter.
Murphy.
But we
So-
know that it was
It
actually
was the cops.
Bosch.
It was Bosch and Daniel Stern.
Yeah, went in
Yeah.
there and took his pictures.
Yeah.
yeah.
So they could use them at this presentation
Right,
with the
for
mayor
Yeah.
and Wilson. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but he agrees to meet with the reporter, thinking that he's the one that stole his photos.
Right.
And upon meeting, the reporter's like, "I just want to go down there. I want to see what's going on. You got to take me down there."
Okay. Yes.
So he does.
So then he takes him down there. His friend gets eaten. The Murphy gets eaten and dragged into a hole in the wall.
And we see a monster. I think this is like the best look that we've had of the CH.U.D.
The phone booth was pretty good look at it. It was quick, but it was a pretty good
I mean,
look.
you got its mouth and all that.
Yeah.
Don't you get like a full head here? Do we have a full head earlier?
It was a full
I
head.
don't think so.
It shot up in close.
What'd you think of the monster?
Not impressive.
No, I like it. I like its big glowing eyes. I like it. It looks like something that mutated underground, like a fucked up Ninja Turtle.
It doesn't
kind of.
move. It's just like a rubber mask on a stick.
And that was my whole problem with this, because every time we see them, we're either seeing only arms or only head, and the rest of the body's usually covered in some sort of clothing or all that stuff. So it doesn't feel like a full
because it used to be like a person.
I feel like I would have liked it more had I not had so much like build up to C.H.U.D.
Yeah, same.
You know?
Same.
Like I've heard about C.H.U.D for so long.
I want to see a full C.H.U.D.
Yeah. And now seeing it, I'm like, oh, well, okay, yeah, sure.
But if you're okay, you can't do the clothes and the face not moving, right? Those are two things you're cheaping out on at once. You get to pick one.
I think
you
it's
either
the mouth,
stick it.
It was kind of articulated.
Pretty good, but it's like he's wearing a Batman.
Yeah,
cowl.
exactly.
It's one of those where you can't turn until you turn
He's
the
got a
whole
big
body.
thick neck and
It looks so fake.
Right, it's been a top that's been placed on top of an actor.
Exactly.
But the most movement we get is later on when she's fighting it.
Yeah.
That's the most movement we get the entire movie.
Yeah. So they're like, I don't know, the sculpt was like okay, right? But just saying it's not
the necks and everything, the muscleage and everything that's kind of stretched real thick. And
I think it's fun. It's just I wasn't impressed after hearing so much about it.
Yeah. Well, it's never really been one of those regarded as like a makeup effects.
Yeah.
Like, but I guess my memory of it since the last time I saw it, it looks worse in my mind. So I was watching it tonight going like, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. So take that for what you will.
C.H.U.Ds and C.H.U.D 2 but the C.H.U.D.
I don't even think they go full C.H.U.D.
Oh no.
I
they
think
don't.
It's like
they don't in this one either.
The guy. So they eventually find a homeless guy who's like mid transformation. I want to say that's what they use in in Bud the C.H.U.D. And I think the original script didn't have like monsters. I think they were more people that were mutated,
more
but
humanoid.
less monster like.
More
so
street
they
trash, less humanoid monster.
Yeah, street trash. Thanks for bringing that up because I thought about that often
too. Especially when you see the homeless people sitting down drinking.
Yeah, it's the Viper.
Yep. They're gonna melt.
Yeah. So Herd. Yeah. So he ends up
from his friend and goes into the hole, and then we don't see him for a while.
So he's down having adventures underground,
chasing
C.H.U.Ds around. Okay. So let's go with so Daniel Stern.
Yes.
After leaving the meeting with the bureaucracy, what happens to him? Well, he's being pursued by a nefarious polo wearing.
So first of all, he just kind of like wipes his hands of the whole thing. He's like, you know what? I'm just going about my life. I'm going to run my soup kitchen. So he's just, doing his thing, making soup. And Bosch comes to talk to him and is like, they're going to pump gas down there. Like, you got to do something. You got to help me. And he's like, no, I'm just going to make my soup. It's dinner time. That's it. And he's like, all right, well, watch your burner.
So that's the plan that Wilson comes up with. So like I was the whole idea that Wilson was in charge of this. Because I'm like, you have the mayor and you have the police chief, but they're deferring to this guy, and I'm like, he's got way too much authority, and it's like, why?
He really did,
yeah, because he's federal, I'm guessing. At this point.
I mean,
but in a completely different field. It's like, who knows the city? It's the guys who actually live there.
And even Bosch at one point is saying kind of along those lines where he's like, you're covering up for something, like you're just covering your ass, you're covering everyone's ass, like, but you're not. This is not real. Like, you're not really here to protect anybody.
Yeah. So actually, we did forget a plot point before the gas, right? Before that even comes around. We know that there's C.H.U.D because he has a file on it. Wilson has a file on it.
Oh, they find a C.H.U.D.
And they find a C.H.U.D.
They find a C.H.U.D. Yeah, they have a dead C.H.U.D.
Yeah. So there's like, hazmat and all that. And like, and Bosch is allowed into this meeting.
Yeah. This is the moment where they're like, okay, I'm going to level with you. C.H.U.D is real. Yeah.
And we caught it. Singular.
Just one. There's only one.
Yeah. And
that's it. It wouldn't have happened again. Like, well, it happened once.
And I think it died of asphyxiation, so that leads to why they come up with the plan to use the gas.
Yep.
Right.
And so they're like, okay, it's dead. We're good. But I think then they're like, well, we're going to do a sweep anyway. So Bosch arranged for the cops to go down with flamethrowers
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
to accompany the government guys going down there with Geiger counters, and they're going to sweep out the CHUDs. And they go down there, and apparently, even though it's very much like Aliens,
Yes.
which would come later, because you're watching like this closed circuit video feed of this happening, and they're ambushed by a bunch of CHUDs apparently,
Yeah.
and the whole team, they lose the team.
Yep, indeed.
So that's when it's like, okay, what are we going to do? Oh my god, what are we going to? Well, we're going to flood the whole the subterranean
Flood the
caverns
CHUDs.
with
Yeah.
with gas.
Flood the CHUDs.
Now, when he said gas, I was like, okay, they got some kind of
Just signs and people on. Yeah.
they got some kind of nerve agent or something. No, natural gas. Okay, so they're going. Their plan is to flood,
Take New York's natural gas and just
flood
close
it
off
in
some of
there.
the sewer and flood it in there.
Not
Carbon
flammable.
monoxide.
Don't see a problem
At all,
with this.
yeah.
No, should be fine.
Okay. And so Daniel Stern then has been warned, they're going to flood the whole thing with
Yeah.
gas, and so you might want to watch out. So then what happens to him?
He goes down to warn his friends, his underground friends,
Yes.
and John Bedford Lloyd locks him in there,
Take it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ends up in there, locks him underneath.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, locks him in. So now he's like, how am I going to get out of here? Because I think he finds something dead and squishy when he was down there. Does he find Victor? No, he doesn't.
No,
No, no.
he goes down there to find Victor, and
Right.
Victor ends up.
Then we cut back to John Hurd, who finds Victor.
And what has happened to Victor?
Well, we find one of his friends who's been cut in half, and we
Yeah.
find him with guts all
Victor
over the
got
floor.
hungry, it turned out.
He did. He got hungry.
Yep.
He's half Chud.
Yeah, he really. Yeah, Victor's huddling in a corner, and
Yeah.
John Hurt confronts him. He's like, ah, and then he's like half Chud, and he's like
Yeah.
kind of green with the teeth. So he's mid transformation.
So that's what it does to you, nuclear waste.
What?
It turns you into a chud, and then when you bite somebody, they turn
They
you
are
into a
also
chud.
Yep.
Okay.
Chuds.
Yeah.
So he ends up getting shot. John Hurt shoots him a couple times.
Victor shoots
yeah.
Victor dead.
Shoots Victor dead.
Yep.
As he's checking the body, I think that's when David Stern comes and
Daniel.
Daniel
Yep.
Stern.
And that's
Yeah,
when these
because
two guys
the
finally meet up.
the woman that he bailed out of jail earlier comes in and is like, "You killed my brother."
Right. She's gonna shoot him.
She's gonna shoot him, and Daniel Stern saves him.
Right.
Yep. So they
During all this time, King Reese is just yelling out a window
yeah,
the entire time,
because she's being attacked in her apartment
slowly but surely.
by the chuds, which are coming up out of the basement. I
Yeah.
think so. The idea is they're on the move because of the gas, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Daniel Stern on his own, I think, stumbles onto the chud hive.
Yep.
And is like, oh shit, now they're following him. And so like all these characters are kind of running together. There is, so you're like, where is Lieutenant or Captain Bosch?
Yeah.
Well, Captain Bosch had a very unfortunate day
Oh, he did.
because he goes out to the wharf to investigate a dead body. And it turns out,
Through ADR, we find out it's his wife.
yeah,
What do they say? Oh God, it's his wife.
get him out of
it's his
here.
wife. Get him out of there.
It's one of those scenes where it feels like they didn't film the whole thing or whatever.
No. We would have to know what his wife looks like for this to even matter.
Yeah.
I guess you saw her at the beginning of the movie. But
We
I
didn't
can't
know that was his
remember.
wife.
Yeah.
No, it's
We
not, I
saw
wasn't
her
memorizing
so-
her face.
We
Yeah.
saw her so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like, dead, bloated version of that.
And
So it
she's not
doesn't
with the
really-
dog.
yeah,
like
it
if she was with the
Yeah.
dog, it might have
we
made
have
more
no
sense.
context.
But
Yeah.
The dog's licking her head, and they find
Oh,
Aw.
that's right, because we find the dog
Later
later.
we find-
The
Yeah.
dog's been like,
don't love this.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
Yeah. It's hung. So
Yeah.
what?
And you
so
look
the
at its dead.
yeah.
black eyes.
So why did the chuds go just hang the dog?
They may have chewed on it.
So they're
chewed
okay
on
with
it.
cannibalism, but they won't eat other things.
Maybe not.
They're only pure. Are they cannibal purists?
Did those exist?
I mean, they didn't eat the dog. That's what I'm
Did
saying.
they eat part of the dog or
They
just
may-
hang it
it
out?
was
I think it was
bloody. I thought it
bloody.
was just
so
hanging
I thought
up.
maybe it'd
They
be
may have taken a
been
bite and been
gnawed
like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we didn't really see, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Saying that.
And that's somehow in Kim Grease's basement. John Hurd in Kim Grease's
Yeah.
basement, and so then the chuds come up. I think they eat a kid that we were
They
introduced
try to
to.
eat a kid. They want to eat the kid.
No, they busted down the door. I'm assuming they ate the kid and his mom, the
Well, that's a
lower
lot of
level
assuming.
tenants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
nothing,
can we
there's nothing that
see-
indicates
Yeah, we
anything
don't
happened
see
to
any
this
of that.
child.
Well, it's like, did they film it? Are we supposed to hear it? There's another major set piece coming up that it feels like they didn't film it.
Yeah.
So
This is before or after Kim Grease gets smacked with blood in the shower.
Oh, right. She tries to unclog a drain and gets. And so the version we watched, there was no nudity in it.
Yeah.
I think there was nudity in the theatrical, but it turns out that was a body double, and we think it is Elizabeth Catan from
It's K-A-Y or K-A-I-T-A-N. Yeah.
from Friday the 13th, Part 7. There you go, a little useless trivia. So
There's just a lot of like one-off instances in this that they string together that don't really
Feels
make
like it,
sense.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, like the kid in the hallway going after his toy, and then it goes back in the apartment, and then they bust in, and then that's all we see of that. The blood coming out of the drain in the shower.
Which she seems perfectly fine with 2 seconds later.
Yeah, she's
like
just,
it wasn't
like,
a big deal. Like,
clean,
this is
yeah,
a
just
New
like
York
cleaned off and
happenstance.
whatever. Like there's just a lot of one-off instances that they just breeze over real quick, and they don't really make sense.
Yeah,
And-
a phone call that seems like it should mean something, and
Yeah.
they just never acknowledge it again.
and then that I guess was what I was saying earlier. It's like you end up without like any kind of motivation. Like I remember stopping you guys at one point. I'm like, wait a second, why is she going down in the basement?
Yep.
And
No
I couldn't
idea.
figure out what, it's like, okay, she's just going to open the door and go down there, I guess, like, as you do. But there was also then she eventually.
There's like a hatch suddenly that we didn't
Yeah.
see before this moment in the movie, and I don't understand the hatch. Like
she
it's
was
very
looking
strange.
at some photos, and the only thing that like mentally I made a jump that like she thought, where's the rest of these photos? They're in the basement. But then she drops the photo book down the hole and has to go retrieve
Yeah.
it, and that brings her down into Chudville. So she is attacked and has an action scene as she just
Chudberg.
gets out of the shower. There is a monster, breaks into the apartment, and we get a pretty good look at this one. And it has a ability hitherto unknown to the Chuds.
It does. It's got long neck,
Yeah, stretchy neck.
stretchy neck, for no real reason other than to give her an easier target to chop off because she grabs the swords that we saw earlier.
I did think that
Yeah.
was kind of badass. I like the
I liked
fact
it.
that there was a sword on the wall.
There was
that-
two.
And you're just like, yeah, it's kind of cool that you got a sword on your wall. And then later
Yeah,
she uses it to decapitate a Chud.
yeah, that was good.
Um,
Glowing neon green by the neck wounds. And
so she survives this. Yeah, because I mean, its blood is all neon green. It's neon green on the inside.
Yeah,
been
'cause
totally
it's not.
mutated.
There's no blood. It's just pure radiation.
Mhm, yes.
yeah. It's the only thing making them go.
Yeah.
So she hotfoots it out of there and tries to reunite with John Hurd. Now,
Yeah, steals cop car.
Yeah, because again, another one-off. Did we see what happened to those cops?
okay, so we got to back it up, and we have to explain to you the major set piece in the movie. This is when the shit goes down. It's finally gotten to that point. We flooded the sewers with gas.
Something happened to a diner that we just kind of show up
Yes.
on.
Okay. So what goes on there? Because this is like a big deal because everybody converges on this site and it's investigated for the rest of the movie.
Well, the same thing that happened to her in the shower seemed to have happened
Everywhere in New York.
something like that. Or just it's concentrated at this specific spot where it looks like all the windows of this diner are blown out and there's blood everywhere.
Well, this is the one where John Goodman
Yeah.
shows up
Oh,
as
is
a
it the same
cop.
one?
Yeah, and the Chuds
Yeah.
come through the window.
Okay, so there was that.
Yeah, this
all right,
one-
all right. I
this
didn't
one-
put that together.
This one, the Chuds come through the window and
Right.
pull everyone back down into the sewer. That's why there's no
Right.
bodies there.
So,
Forgot about
but
that.
Yeah.
none of this is seen except for the fact that John Goodman and Jay Roach,
It's something.
the other Jay Thomas, he was the other comedian. He's a
Yeah.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are at the diner and they turn around and holy shit, there's Chuds at the window breaking in, and then we cut away. And I think we see a couple of like homeless guys outside listening to the sound of this massacre. And when we see what actually happened, and this is like the biggest production, shot of the movie.
Yeah.
All the cops are there, all the people are there, and there's blood dripping out of the windows. There's blood across the street and going down the manholes.
Yep.
And, so it's like, whoa, there was a massacre that we totally didn't see at all. But apparently the Chuds came up and killed everybody.
Yes.
So everybody congregates here, right? I do find it interesting that you didn't make the connection of where that scene fit in the movie because in the theatrical edition of this movie,
Mm-hmm.
they cut that scene out,
Which one?
the John Goodman scene,
Really?
and they moved it to the very end of the movie.
I'm sorry. What?
Okay, so
Oh boy.
in the version that we saw, John Goodman's a cop, goes in
Okay.
and they're attacked, and then that whole thing becomes like this is what the city is investigating. Oh my God, there's Chuds. in the theatrical cut, they took the John Goodman scene out. So there has been a massacre that just happened that we heard about, you know. And then at the end of the movie, after like, oh, everything's going to be okay, they show the diner scene, C.H.U.D's at the window, credits.
What?
You know, your movie shouldn't be written in such a way that you can just move sections around and call that a movie. You shouldn't be able to just rearrange scenes like Mad Libs any which
You know
way
what, though?
you want.
I'm gonna say
More
because
satisfying than the end
of how this ends,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
That's why they did it,
Yeah,
to give you an ending in some way,
That-
or at least
it
like
honestly makes
that
more
says
sense.
something.
yeah.
It makes more sense because at the end we're like, this didn't end. What are you talking about? This movie's not over. So that makes more sense
Yeah,
to me. So
you
I'd
get the-
be okay with that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so all of officialdom descends. The mayor, the police chief,
Wilson.
Wilson is there coordinating. He's like, okay, we have to block off all the manholes. We're going to flood the whole thing with natural gas. We're doing it right now. It's happening.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Hurd and Stern have found each other in the caverns, and they are communicating with through the closed circuit TV with a guy from the NEC.
From the leftover people who are down there.
Yeah,
A lot of body parts.
they're finding like massacre scenes everywhere that they go. Like, oh shit, we got to get out of here. And so they're put in contact with Bosch, who says, you got to go to this manhole. I'm going to move the thing so you can get out of the way, because they've, rolled trucks onto all the manholes.
Yep.
And then Greased is seeing this on television that there was this massacre. So she has been attacked by C.H.U.D. She gets in a car, steals a police car, and drives to the diner.
Yep.
And when she's arriving, she's like, I have to, like, who's in charge? I have to get them to turn off the gas because my boyfriend's down there. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
just wait right there. How do you
Yeah.
know that?
She watched the news.
But he wasn't on the news
No,
So-
she knew he was going down there.
Did she?
with the reporter.
Yeah. He told her she was going to go meet him.
Okay, well then there you go. It's me not paying attention to the goddamn movie, I guess, and I missed
I don't
it.
blame you. I don't blame you.
It was very quick. Like most things in this movie, it was very breezed over.
Yeah.
Like very quick.
So, how are we going to wrap up the exciting saga of the C.H.U.Ds? Now, apparently, there's a bunch of them. We never actually see a bunch of them, unfortunately.
We see
Unlike
a small
Alien
gathering.
Yeah.
in that one shot. So it was like
Yeah.
4 C.H.U.Ds, but we're getting the impression there's a bunch, maybe.
A
Yeah.
bunch of chuds.
And they're still underground. They're trapped under there because now we've closed off all the manholes. We've flooded it with gas.
Yep.
Mhm.
But
We can
because
hear
the two
Hurd
guys are
and
down there.
Stern choking as they try and traverse
Yeah.
their way through the.
Yeah, Bosch has got to get them out.
Okay. And so what happens? Like, how does
So he gets a hold of a loudspeaker and calls out, "Who's got the keys to the truck parked at so and so? I need to move it. There's people trapped down there."
And what's the deal with these trucks?
They're just covering the manhole.
no, there's a whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
'Cause I
What
heard
was
it, but I didn't know if they were talking about these.
It's
trucks.
a voiceover ADR line from Wilson saying something about be careful when you're going over bumps because these trucks are designed to explode when hit from below. And you're like,
Like you do.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of truck is this? For what purpose is it designed to explode when you hit it from below?
so my
These
question.
trucks were designed by
It's-
Joel Silver.
Yeah, seriously.
Indeed. Yes.
So I got a question then. Was the intention to flood the sewers with gas and ignite it?
I think they just want to suffocate them.
That's what I think.
I don't think he thought it through.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I
It's
feel
also
about
that.
it too.
Yeah, I think
the main
that's it.
because they suffocated the first Chud. That was all they wanted.
Yeah, he's going to
He
suffocate
hasn't
him.
thought further than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes and gets
Bosch
the
is doing that, but Wilson is on his tail.
Yeah.
yeah. And Bosch is at the end of his run. We found out his wife was. I like the performance from here on. He just
Yeah,
doesn't
just-
fucking
he's just-
care about
he's just
anything.
unhinged.
He's
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette, trying, like, looking at his tie, like
Like
I
it's the
could
first,
hang myself.
like it's
with
the
this.
first time he's seen a tie. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Right.
I could do so much with this. Could
Yeah.
murder myself.
Yeah, he really does just snap at the end, which is very fun.
And so he doesn't care. He's gonna. But he gets the call from the guy with the CTV monitors. He knows the 2 other guys are down there. He is going to save them. Get this key. But Wilson grabs the keys away. And so why doesn't Wilson Like, okay, it's like just move the truck and let these guys out, but
He's
no.
trying to cover up a government conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to let anybody get away, tell anybody.
That's right, because if those guys get out of there, they are going to know what happened, that they had this nuclear waste down there, toxic materials down there.
Yep.
And so he's going to sacrifice them to keep the story under control. And then presumably he has to kill Bosch.
Right. You have to.
Because he pulls a gun on him at one point and then...
Bosch just punches him.
Yeah. And grabs the keys and runs off. But Wilson is in hot pursuit. So Bosch is able to move the truck and open the manhole cover.
But he gets shot. From behind by Wilson.
That dastardly bastard.
Thought he was dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you get shot in the back and it came out the front.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he did end up dying.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Pretty sure we do.
Nah.
Well, he is alive for at least one more line
He's
delivery.
sweating profusely. He's barely breathing, and then the next moment he's lying there lifeless.
I
Well,
mean,
no,
there's a
he
lot of
says,
open
"Good
threads."
shot, man,
Yeah, he
good
says,
shot.
I know, but then he's sweating profusely. He's bleeding out. He can barely say it, and then he's laying there lifeless with his eyes closed.
He's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure he died.
He's fine.
Okay.
They probably should have called a medic. I'm just saying that might be, but they don't have, they got to get to a payphone.
There was emergency people right around the corner, but that's fine.
That's true,
fine.
right? Isn't it
That's
just
fine.
like
It's
right
around the corner.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah.
Anyway.
So Stern has the big hero moment of the movie because he grabs the
He
gun.
pushes John
Yep.
Hurt out of the way because Wilson's going to run him over with the truck. He pushes John
Yeah.
Hurt out of the way. They both fall out of the way as Wilson's spinning the truck.
The
Grabs
Greased
gun.
is there also
Greased
at this
is
point.
there
Right?
also.
Yeah, watch out.
She yells, yeah.
Yeah. Stern grabs the gun, fires off a couple shots, and then takes really good aim, and then shoots Wilson through the window, which is enough to blow it up.
No,
he
he
hits the
No,
thing.
he hits
What
the
does
open
hit?
manhole.
Yeah.
And that's
And apparently, because these trucks are so volatile, God knows what they're filled with, it explodes. Now, I was sitting there going like, okay, this is going to cause a chain reaction.
I thought the sewers were going to blow up.
I saw the blob,
Yeah.
right? They blew
Yeah.
every manhole
Or any
in
other,
that
like,
square.
They fucking do it in Phantoms, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
as well.
And then you cut to each truck being blown up on all the
Yeah.
manholes. Yeah.
Manholes pop
That's
up and
what I
everything.
thought.
$1.25 million budget. So we only get one explosion.
Where did that money go? Because this movie looks cheap as shit.
And it's, and
It
after
was for
watching
that
it,
shot with all the cops at the
That's
diner or something, and this
Yes.
explosion, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe the people.
So
I mean,
it
I don't know
wasn't-
what they were.
It was an all
pulling
right
down for this.
explosion, but also like all right. So it ended a problem.
Yeah, there was so there's, any movie made better by an explosion
Of course.
at the climax, and we got it, and we're like, okay, that's good. The truck went up, the bad guy's dead. Okay, so then you have Hurt is reunited with Greased,
Yep.
and they like, we're alive.
Yep.
And then Bosch, it turns out, is alive, and he's like, good shot, Daniel Stern. And Daniel Stern's like, hey, buddy, you're still alive. This is great.
Yep.
And doesn't run to go get the medics, and then the music swells, and we're like, okay.
Drift off into space, watching the sparks from the fire.
Right. So all of our characters have come together. We have killed the main bad guy.
Yeah.
the main bad guy, not the Chud.
Right.
Chuds.
Because we're
Right.
sitting there going like, well, okay,
So
is
did
it
they
just
all die in the
assumed?
sewer? Is that what we're assuming? They all just suffocated, and that was the end of that problem. It's not
Okay.
satisfying if it is,
Nope.
because
Off screen, we don't see any of them
our
suffocating.
Chud, all our Chuds die off screen, and we don't get to see anything if they are indeed dead.
Right. Well, they didn't come up that manhole.
No, this is the most unsatisfying ending ever.
It's very unsatisfying. That's what I'm
so
saying. Like,
unsatisfying.
that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, I'd be okay with the diner scene with John Goodman. At least it shows us, like, oh, they didn't die.
Right, at least it ends on an up note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do remember seeing that version, and when that scene came on, you're like, wait, isn't this the diner from, that we made a big spectacle of like earlier? So it didn't make any sense, even when you saw it
Yeah.
in its original theatrical run. And I think a lot of those little character bits that you guys are fond of were also eliminated from the 88-minute version. Like, I think the downstairs neighbors were gone. There was a bunch of stuff. That
Well, I didn't need the downstairs
Didn't need the
neighbor.
neighbor,
Yeah.
definitely.
Didn't need that at all.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of C.H.U.D. We have now watched C.H.U.D. We're going to tell you whether or not you should watch C.H.U.D., this classic eco-horror film drama from 1984. But first, we're going to have to read some of your mail, because all of you have seen C.H.U.D. And in order to do that, we're going to have to summon our mailman, Igor. Bring us the mail.
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
Why, thank you, Igor.
Do you think? How does he feel about this movie? Is he like,
Well, he thinks
yay representation, or is this an offensive representation?
he's offended because he lives underground.
Yeah,
And he's very offended by this
I
movie.
mean, he is a chud.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, we're just
that's
not his.
But to him, is this like Chud propaganda? Like he's like, this is not a fair depiction of
Chud?
my people.
And
yeah,
I'm not sure Chud is politically correct.
yeah.
Maybe-
Right,
it
I
doesn't
like
sound
that.
like it. Does sound like a slur. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it's a slur.
Maybe
Yeah.
he likes
Chud.
Bud 2 or Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Bud the Chud.
Which I think is the only actual sequel.
Mm-hmm.
They've talked about redoing it. I think Rob Zombie was linked to it at one point. But it's never actually happened. I'm fine with that.
Hopefully, the people who made the most recent Deathstalker get in on this one.
Yeah.
On
and
Chud.
then make a new Chud.
Yeah. I don't think you could, though. Is New York as grimy? Maybe it
smells
is.
pretty
It's
bad.
still
Yeah.
like
It's still
I think New
not
York still
clean.
has that.
Yeah.
Right. Still has that aura about it. It is
Yeah.
a gigantic city, and no one would want to go in the sewers of New York.
Yeah.
You know?
Still
The
pretty
subways
gross.
are still shit.
it's still
It's
really
still
gross.
down
It's
in the
still
subways.
pretty gross.
Yeah.
I saw an Instagram reel going around. It said "Spot the Tourist," and it was a video of the subway stop in New York, and there was a guy laying down, fully on his back, scrolling his phone, waiting for the train. So disgusting. The idea of fully laying down on the platform at the
Yeah.
train
So
station.
we take
Oh.
that movie and we make
Oh.
a Chud movie.
Yeah.
Out of it. Because he laid down.
He
on the
laid
platform,
down on
something
it.
gets on him,
Yeah.
and then he slowly turns
Yeah.
into a Chud.
Yep.
And there we go.
So gross. He was like being so casual and laid
No.
back about it too. I was disgusted.
No. Everything's slick. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we should let the good folks at home know how they can participate on this forthcoming interactive portion of our show by following along on Facebook
Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show.
or on X
At Sat Freak Show.
or by email
SaturdayNightFreakShow@yahoo.com.
or on Instagram at Saturday Night Freak Show. About tonight's movie, Chud, Simon Carter writes in and said, well, C.H.U.D has to be excited about this thing.
Yeah, he does get.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Great.
just
That's
start
wonderful.
calling this movie C.H.U.Ds.
We didn't
instead.
hear
Yeah.
from C.H.U.Ds on this, Chuds.
Maybe he hasn't
Should we
seen
call
it.
in?
Chuds,
I
Yeah,
know.
Chuds.
Yeah, so you're missing
I
out.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Your movie.
Yeah,
And you
please.
didn't write in. The Kryptonian Orphan writes in and says, it's about fucking time, gang.
Oh.
This movie had such an impact on me as a kid that even now, as an adult, I may not know how to figure out the Pythagorean theorem without a calculator, but I remember what both sets of CHUD acronyms stand for.
Yeah. Isn't it funny the things our brain chooses to dedicate space to
Yeah.
like that?
Wait, what was the...
The Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
A
squared.
plus B squared equals C squared.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wisdom from the Saturday Night
Yeah.
Freak Show.
Pythagoras.
Travis Legler says, wait, you guys haven't done this one yet?
We have not
Exclamation mark, question mark, series
yeah.
of those. This is the perfect Freak Show movie. I haven't seen it in years, and last time I saw the DVD cover at a friend's house, I had the thought, I got to look that up, the Freak Show episode on this one. Well, now I know when it will be released, so sweet.
Yeah.
There you go.
It does have really good cover art. I
know
its
that's a
cover
great
Good.
poster.
Yeah.
I don't know who the ad agency was that did that,
Yeah.
but that's great.
Yep.
Pat Hatfield says, I'm so glad to see that you're talking about one of my very favorite monster movies from the 80s. I know everyone associated with it pretty much hates it, and you just listen to the DVD commentary, but I love everything about it. All the acting, the way the story's told, the monster makeup, etc. Ryan Abraxas says, I fucking love Chud. I didn't see it until I was an adult, but I remember seeing the VHS cover art every time I went to the video store as a kid. This, Piranha, Humanoids from the Deep, and Prophecy, not the angel one, the mutant in the woods, are on my Mount Rushmore of eco-horror B movies.
Nice.
Igor. I love it.
The boy with the Jason tattoo says, I always tell people to watch out for Chuds, and they look at me like crazy because they've never seen this movie. James Boyce says, this is another movie I have on tape. I'll have to dust off the VCR
Nice.
for this one. And Michael Whitaker says, a classic made back in the day when we thought radioactive waste simply turned you into some kind of mutant instead of killing you slowly with cancer.
Yep.
This might be one of the rare downsides of us getting collectively smarter as a society. Our cheesy sci-fi horror movies had to pivot, and now they're not nearly as interesting, in my opinion. Also, why were we convinced New York and New Jersey was going to be the source of all these problems?
Have you ever smelled?
Yeah, New York.
So, like, have you been there? Yeah.
I have not. So you guys are telling me.
Right.
But I mean,
You
just
can
in pop
smell New
culture.
Jersey.
I know
The
that-
whole first day I was in New York, I was so nauseous I thought I was going to throw up from the smell. Because it's just,
yeah. I
Big
spent
cities just have.
I spent some time in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
It just smelled like pee everywhere.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
awful.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be like Chicago gets that too.
Mhm.
Any big city will, but just
I think New York is, grimier.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
older and
Yeah.
Because
place
even
a lot
like,
more
they still
people.
put the trash on the.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
They just literally pile it up on the curb and wonder why there's rats everywhere. It's
That's
like,
the
there's-
big
I mean,
problem.
big
Yeah.
city's always going to be. People say that Chicago's cleaner.
It's a
Oh,
lot
it's
cleaner.
cleaner. Oh, yeah,
It's a lot cleaner.
It's pretty known for being cleaner.
We have alleys
Yeah.
with dumpsters. We have that as a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is like the rattiest, one of the rattiest cities in the country, but it is cleaner. Those rats are hiding out and just
Yeah.
yeah.
when we do the Of Unknown Origin remake, Chicago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of Unknown Origin 2. No? Okay. All right. Well, now, thank you for writing in.
Thank you.
all
Thank
of
you for
you.
writing in. Real quick, happy birthday to Dom. I just wanted to say that.
Oh.
Oh,
Aw.
last week.
Was it last week? It
Well,
popped
at the
up on-
time they're listening to this,
Oh
it is,
yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah. Shit. Yeah, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday last week, Dom. It's the day. I think it's the day of. It came up,
Yeah.
popped up today, but since he's been with us since like the beginning,
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks,
Happy
Tom.
birthday, Dom.
Happy birthday.
Love Dom.
Happy birthday.
65 years old.
So now we're going to go around the table and tell you what we thought of C.H.U.D, starting with
Holly, what do you think about C.H.U.D?
Okay, so C.H.U.D has its problems.
Mm.
Has a lot of problems. The editing is very off. The story is convoluted in the end and heavy in the character development in the beginning. Yeah, there's definitely a lot wrong with it, and since it's been so hyped up over the years, I think that was a problem going into it. My expectations were higher, that we're like, oh, we're finally watching C.H.U.D, like the ultimate, like underground zombie movie or whatever. I had big ideas for what kind of monster movie this was going to be. And it's not that it's bad,
Yeah.
because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it. But I wasn't impressed. I think my issues with it are even with the entertainment value. I think they're about balanced. So I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I think we've watched more entertaining things on the show.
Yeah.
But I can see why people love it so much. I can see why it's stuck with them over the years, because it's still fun. It is a freak show movie, absolutely. It's the kind of thing that we watch. It's what we do. I just think for me personally, we've seen better, and I don't know that I would revisit watching this again. But like I said, I didn't hate it, so I'm gonna recommend it. I'm just not very impressed by it. That's what I'm gonna say. Sean, what do you think?
I agree with basically everything you said. I'm going to disagree in the part of recommending it. I was bored at some of it. Like it's not satisfying at the end. I wanted more C.H.U.D.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted more from this movie. And maybe, again, like you said, maybe it's the build up. Maybe it's because
Yeah.
C.H.U.D has been C.H.U.D forever and lived in my mind and our minds for so long that I was expecting something more. I wanted more C.H.U.D, more C.H.U.D. Other than that, it's just a bunch of people running around the sewer for most of it. There's some good effects work, good gore in it. It just not enough. It didn't quite get there for me. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I don't,
That's why I'm like, I'm about even.
Yeah,
So
I
like
wouldn't-
my recommendation is like just barely.
yeah, I wouldn't tell
I
anyone.
was teetering.
I wouldn't tell
Yeah.
anyone not to watch it, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell anyone to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
But I'm just going to say I don't recommend this one. It didn't quite hit the spot for me. We've seen better. And I wanted to. I really did, C.H.U.D. So yeah, I guess I'm disappointed. And for that reason, I'm not going to recommend it. Damn. Sorry, everybody who loves this. I understand why you do, but scientifically, but I just don't. I didn't get there. So,
Yeah.
Michaela, what'd you think?
I worry my wrap up is not going to be very popular, but after hearing
I
that
will defend you,
mailbag,
Michaela.
but I think a lot of what I heard in that mailbag was I haven't seen it in a while, or
Yeah.
when I was a kid, and that's the key, guys. I think if I had seen this as a kid, I would have loved it.
Sure.
But after hearing C.H.U.D my whole life, this is not You know that Simpsons meme that's like, when C.H.U.D isn't on screen, everyone should be asking, where is C.H.U.D? That's how I felt watching this movie. Like,
Right.
I bought a ticket to C.H.U.D. Where is the fucking C.H.U.D? Like, it takes forever. We never really get good looks at them. They don't look great. I do love the poster. I love the title. I love the font. I say do more acronym movies because
Yes.
like I don't know, I work in corporate America and they make up acronyms for everything. So why can't movie titles be bullshit acronyms all the time, you know?
Dude, I had to make
Get real fun with it.
I had to make an acronym guide.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that?
Yeah, I've had to make an acronym guide
I had to
too
make an
because
acronym guide and it
it becomes like a foreign language when you use so many acronyms. Yeah. So if corporate America can do it all the time, movies can do it too. Yeah, I was bored. I did not care for it. I'm disappointed in what it delivered because it wasn't much. But I understand why people like it, but I don't think I could tell someone who hasn't seen it as a kid or like has a nostalgia attachment to go watch it because I think they're going to be bored like I was. So I'm going to pass on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't hate this movie. I was bored.
We're not
I was
mad, we're
bored.
disappointed.
Yeah, I was bored,
bored.
and I wanted more monsters and more goopiness. This might be an unpopular opinion too. I think I like Street Trash more, and that's not also
Tons more
not a great
goopiness.
movie, but it's goopier and grosser for sure.
People
So
explode. People
You
melt.
get what you
yes,
think you're gonna
Right,
get.
yeah.
there is street trash in that movie
Right.
for sure.
You may not like it, but you're gonna get
Yep,
it.
exactly. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I don't even think I
Yeah,
liked that
I
movie,
hated
but
that.
I
I don't
like
think
it
we
more.
recommended it, no.
Yeah, but I feel like it delivers better than this one does. So, Colin, what do you think?
Well, so right, being the person who has seen
I was
this
like, you
out
own
of all of
this
us,
movie.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but things come to me, you know. It's like I wander around. You're like, I got
Those
to
do-
trade
things do
shit
find
in,
themselves
and
in
you know,
Colin's hands every
It's
now
like,
and again.
I
yeah.
get a copy of C.H.U.D. It's a new Arrow video, you know. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
a
I
lot of
wouldn't
times
say no to
special editions like hook you. So I've seen it all my life, right? I have seen it as a teenager, and the teenage version of me didn't like it. I mean, it was like, what a letdown because I loved the poster and the font and all that stuff. So I didn't like it as a kid. I saw it then again as a young adult, and as an adult now as an advanced
older
adult.
adult, yeah.
An older adult. Thank you very much. That's very
Advanced
kind.
adult is good. I like that.
and-
Advanced adult.
I mean, I guess, it's like, okay, what are the positives? The positives are, this is a movie that is probably the grimiest, dirtiest movie that we have watched in a while. If you want that atmosphere, holy crap. It's like it permeates. Like you feel like you want to shower after you watch this
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
So it's got that. It's got better than the budget level warrants performances. You got real actors
Yeah.
doing real actorly shit, and obviously they went and took over the movie and rewrote it to focus on that. So it feels like a movie where its ambitions were either misdirected or they had to misdirect because they didn't have the budget to do it. All the stuff that you think you're going to see is described or happens off screen. So there are a couple monsters. I thought the monsters looked cool, but it's so infrequently that you get around to them that it's kind of a letdown by the time that, they finally do show up. Most of it is a very talky eco horror movie that's very serious, which
Yeah.
also I kind of was unexpected. It's like, it doesn't have any jokes or levity to it.
Yeah.
Which is funny
Yeah.
coming from you.
I mean, well, but I mean, sometimes
Colin will do the situational something
Yeah.
that is funny. He knows
No,
it's
I'm
funny.
I'm not disagreeing.
right.
I'm just saying comedy's not usually what Colin's
Colin
looking
wanted more
for.
comedy.
Yeah.
I think a scary movie sometimes, well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes comedy, then, the jump and then the laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
The relief after the
You,
Is,
you need the contrast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get that kind of roller coaster. Those movies are
You need
fun
the,
and
you need the salty
entertainment.
and the sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's a concept here that is an
Really
entertainment concept, and they put a layer of, okay, we have to try and make it more than that.
Yeah.
And I like, again, I'm not saying it now. I'm like, is that because they didn't have the budget? So they were actors. They made stage scenes out of everything, right?
That seems like it.
So it's like I'm torn between what the people involved had to work with And it's like watching them, it's like they're doing good stuff. But I, as a movie watcher, was underserved.
Yeah.
And especially by the time I got to the ending, I guess the problems that I had with it was the fact that it felt like chunks of the movie were missing. I couldn't figure out motivations for simple things from scene to scene. Daniel Stern or John Hurt disappears for like a half hour.
Yeah.
And so much so that when he reappeared, I'm like, wait, what's he doing down here again?
Because well, and also like he disappeared, he was perfectly fine, and when he shows back up again, the dude's been through some shit.
Yeah, but we
And we're
didn't
just
see
like,
it.
What?
Yeah, they either didn't film it or it was
looked
cut
like he
out
had
or
fought off 50 chuds.
yeah.
And was finally just like, oh, I'm on the way out.
And I mean, the makeup looks fine. It feels like they didn't shoot scenes and then cut them out because like, oh, the makeup's not working or something like that. You know, might have happened. So yeah, I think it's everybody who loves C.H.U.D, it's a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it holds up. I don't know. Would I still recommend it? I'm on the fence. I mean, it's not like Holly said, what's there is okay, and I was okay watching it, but I know that like if I tell you watch this movie C.H.U.D, it's about these like things that live underground, you're gonna expect a different movie than you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's tough. Maybe I will though. I'm gonna recommend it. I liked it enough. It was not like I wasn't bored. It wasn't offensive. I'm like, it was a monster movie.
Same. Yeah.
I'm going to go, yeah, sure. Watch C.H.U.D. C.H.U.D was, it's got enough positives to nudge it over the line.
Yep.
But that means that we're a split decision. And so you are on your own.
You must split yourselves in half. Half of you gets to watch this, half of you does not.
Yep.
I would kill for just based on posters alone, a C.H.U.Ds versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it exists.
That would be cool. Maybe a team up. I don't know, but maybe versus would be fun.
I mean, I'm sure you can have ChatGPT spit out the full-length script of that in 30 seconds from now. Probably the movie, too. I mean, who knows?
Probably.
Five different versions of it.
Spit out C.H.U.D.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for listening this long. We really appreciate it. And now next week, we're going to watch a movie that's chosen by
John, what are we watching next week?
Next week, we are going to be watching 2025's Dangerous Animals.
All right.
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Haven't seen this yet.
The Jai Courtney shark movie.
I haven't watched this.
I haven't watched it either.
I didn't watch it either.
We were all excited when it.
Yeah,
it
looks really cool.
That looked cool.
It just came and went so quickly,
Right.
like theater wise.
It was like a 1 week run
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
But it
I'm
is
excited.
on Shudder, and we shall watch it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Well, can't wait. That's next week. We hope you'll join us. And until then, ladies and germs, the basement is going dark.